Welcome to Wolfie's World, where English becomes your superpower. No matter your level, we break grammar down into clear steps with real examples and superhero energy. Let's get started.
In today's quick tip, you'll master there is and there are to describe what's around you. Grab a pen, dive in, and start exploring what's in the room. Let's talk about how to describe the world around us. When we want to say something exists, like a table, a window, or some people, we use there is or there are. These phrases help us paint a clear picture with words, whether it's one thing or many. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to confidently say what's in a room, a picture, or even your imagination. When we talk about just one item, we use there is. There is a cat. There is an apple. Think, one cat, one apple, just a single thing. Is tells us we're only talking about one. On the next slide, we'll see how to describe more than one item. Let's keep going. Let's move from one thing to many things. When you want to talk about more than one item, use there are. There are 2 books. There are some flowers. Think about it. 2 books on a desk, a bunch of flowers in a vase. Are shows us there's more than one. Up next, how to say something is not there. Let's go. To express that one thing is not there, we use isn't. For example, there isn't a TV. There isn't a dog outside. It's just a short way of saying is not, and it helps us clearly show when a single item is missing. This is a key part of speaking accurately, especially with singular nouns. When we talk about more than one thing that isn't there, we use aren't. For example, there aren't any cookies. There aren't 2 pens on the desk. Aren't is just a short form of are not. It helps us speak more naturally when something plural is missing. Let's talk about the word some. We use it in positive sentences to show that something is present, but we don't say exactly how much. For example, there are some bananas. There is some sugar in my tea. It's a friendly, flexible word. Some suggests a little, or a few, without needing an exact number. Next, we'll look at how to use any in questions and negatives. Let's look at how we use any in English. We use any in negative sentences and questions. For example, there aren't any cookies. Nothing is there. Is there any water? We're asking if something is there. It's a handy word for showing when something might be missing, or when we're simply not sure yet. Let's keep going and try using any yourself. When asking about just one thing, we use is there. For example, is there a window? Is there an umbrella? This structure is used only for singular nouns, when we're asking about one item. Up next, how to ask about more than one thing using are there? Let's keep going. To ask about more than one thing, we use are there. For example, are there apples on the table? Are there 10 chairs in the room? It's a small switch from is there to are there, but it makes a big difference when asking about plural items. Let's try building a few together in the next activity. Let's check your understanding with a quick fill-in-the-blank quiz. There, a lamp. The answer is because it's one lamp. There, any juice. We say isn't, a singular negative. There 2 doors? It's are for a plural question. There, some flowers. That's are because flowers are plural. Great work. Keep thinking about whether it's one thing or many. That's the key. Let's move on and keep building your skills. Let's wrap up with what you've learned. Use there is for one thing, like there is an apple. Use there are for more than one, like there are apples. We practiced positive, negative, and question forms. There isn't juice. Is there juice? You now know how to use isn't and aren't, plus some for positive sentences and any for questions or negatives. Great job today. You're building real English confidence, one sentence at a time. Great job today, hero. keep practicing, stay curious, and remember, every step makes your English stronger. I'm Wolfie, and I'll see you in the next lesson.